good to have an open gun.
September 24th, we are down at the land. It is the night before planting. It's very dark out here. We're under the skin and shed light with the seed and fert. We have had 0.04 inches of rain in September, so 3.5 weeks in. 0.04 inches is no rain whatsoever. It is really dry, it's super hot, and we have rain in the forecast. So we are hopeful that tomorrow, I'd be fine if it rains while we're planting. 1/2 inch, I mean, I would be thrilled with 1/2 inch. Do y'all realize how much rain, like how many gallons of water an inch of rain is? My dad told me this years ago, and he said like an exact number, but over an acre area, so imagine like an acre field, 1 inch of rain is almost 30,000 gallons of water. 1 inch. 1 inch of rain over a 1 acre area, 30,000 gallons of water. 1/2 inch would be amazing. I'd take an inch over the next day and a half. That would be just phenomenal for the seeds to just germinate and start jumping. We got our 3-way seed. We've got our forage soybeans that we're going to be planting, and our rapeseed. We got our fertilizer here, your regular triple 13. We would be using a different fertilizer if we were just planting the forage soybeans. We've never planted the forage soybeans in the fall. This is a new adventure for us. We usually do some variation of clover. We've actually used Eagle Seed for the past few years now. We've used something from them that's like a 10-way mix called Smorgasbord. But and it grew amazing, but the deer didn't seem to take to our turnips and radishes that well. So we're going back, we're simplifying what we're doing. We're going back to a 3-way because we know we can grow it amazing, and then we're going to just throw in some of that other stuff. Rape does incredible on our property. The reason we're going with the forage soybean, they grow amazing on our property. We usually fence them. We're only going to do 5 bags. I should know, I went and picked it up. We're only going to do 5 bags this year across all our fields that we're planting tomorrow, which I think we're planting something like 9 acres. So about 1/2 a bag per acre. And our reason for that really is just to have something more premium, to maybe have something on our plots that is a little better than the neighbor. And pretty much, like, if we can get it to grow, I have no doubt that it'll be the best thing around. The pressure on those will be a lot higher, but they're regenerative soybeans, and shouldn't be at any risk of them dying until that first frost, which is going to be December for us, most likely, as far south as we are. If you have the option to use a little bit of something that is going to be their #1 choice of food, or a lot of what would be their 3rd, 4th option, you probably should go with, especially if you're hunting one deer, like a specific deer, you should probably go with the little bit. Like, if you can go with 12 ounces of ribeye versus 100 chicken nuggets. Are there times when I would pick the chicken nuggets? Well, it depends. If are we talking about McDonald's or Chick-fil-A? Y'all get what I'm saying. I mean, a little bit of something that is really premium and their top choice when you're hunting specific animals, trying to get them to move into specific areas. They're going to isolate and prioritize the best of the best. So that's why, you know, that forage soybean, crazy protein percentage, which is not, at this point, it's not helping them anything besides trying to get them in our plots as opposed to the neighbors. Well, I'm pointing at Brandon's property. I like Brandon, but I would still rather have the deer on our property. It's gonna be fun though. I'm excited to break the ground, to get seed in the ground, and it'll be a fun day tomorrow. Send the rain, Lord. If you ain't rocking the handwritten double check, scribble out food plot plan, you're doing it wrong.
Alright, I believe that'd be about 40.
That's crazy. Cause you can't even see it.
It ran out way faster that time. Did it? I feel like I did 2 clicks though. Yeah, because I covered the whole field.
Well, it don't take but one of them to put a little
Yeah,
blister on your leg.
good to have an open cab, and some days it's not.
Bro, you are so wet. We got almost an inch of rain. It was 0.9 something yesterday. Fantastic, amazing. That seed is gonna just explode. That is about 25 times the amount of rain we had up to that point in September. So we're gonna knock these other 3 fields out. Let's go. So this is one of our bigger fields. This is a 2-acre field we call the football field. As you can see, we've disked everything on this half of the field, and we haven't touched anything on this half. We're trying something a little different this year. We're going to, or we already did it really, we're going to plant half of some of our big fields right now, late September, and we're going to hold off and plant them later in probably the first week of November, when we have a bunch of guys down here for what we call Bodo weekend, where we try and shoot a bunch of does. The point really is, first off, trying to isolate movement. So on this field, the better side to set up to try and bow hunt would be this side. So we're trying to isolate movement a little bit. But really, it's the fact that most guys haven't planted at this point. And we're kind of thinking that by planting some of these fields later, we kind of get in the mix with those guys that don't plant till, mid-October until late October. Maybe they don't bow hunt at all, and maybe the life of their fields lasts a little longer than ours. So maybe by planting later, we can extend the life of this fertilizer that we're putting out, and we'll be able to tell. We'll be able to tell whether it works, whether the growth is any different, whether the fields last a little longer into the year. Maybe they're hitting certain sections of the field during late rifle season, and we'll be able to say this works or this doesn't, and we'll get back to you. But at this point, like I said, we're doing 5 fields like this. We already have fields that we don't touch at all during bow season, because we only rifle hunt them. And just thinner long fields, maybe it's got a box on one end. We have, I think, 4 of those that we don't plant during bow season anyway, so we already have to plant in early November. So it's not that much more work to do this, so we're going to test it out and see how it goes. last field of the day. They already got the beans out. You got the rape spread with that nifty little blower contraption. And D is on his way with the drag. It's going great. Nothing broke down. Seeds in the ground. Now we wait. I mean, it's a little bit nerve-wracking. I usually tell guys, I mean, you spend all this money on seed and fertilizer, and then you spread it and cover it up, and you hope it grows. I mean, but we usually have pretty good success during bow season on our green fields. They grow really great, and we've killed a lot of bucks on them. We gotta wait 10 days before we're shooting those, but we get after them. I got you. And they should be exploding with that rain, so we'll see. I gotta brag on you for a minute, Larry. Yep. All right, we got the plot start. We never tried this before, so if all the fields die after I spray this and we don't get any grass, that'll just be par for the course of the summer. But we had to get the spray tank cleaned out betwixt me, Larry, and Jordan. Larry did about 90% of the job, but me and Jordan were here for support. We had it clogged up in all the lines. We had all the tips we had to clean, but they're good to go. And we're pretty sure that D sabotaged us and just didn't tell us that he had left it in just terrible shape. I mean, it was a nightmare. We had to get coat hangers and everything. So we're gonna get after it. We're gonna put this stuff in there and see what it looks like.
It's almost sweet smelling, isn't
Yeah.
it? It's not bad at all.
It is. Get up in that water. Let's see. Oh yeah. It's gonna be thick by the end of it. Yeah.
Out good.
Yeah. I do feel pretty good about this stuff taking a hostile takeover on the whatever was left in the lines. Alright, so we got the sprayer filled up. This is, it doesn't really give you an exact ounce or gallon ratio on the water and the liquid lime, but it's supposed to be, depending on your pH, 1 to 2 of the jugs per acre. They're 2.5 gallon jugs, so we got a 110 gallon spray tank. 110, 115 gallon spray tank, and we're doing half the tank, so about 55 gallons of water to 5 of the jugs. So we're gonna do 5 acres with this, and really you're just trying to cut that plot start to get it to where you get good coverage, and you don't put too much on one field, and you don't put not enough. So we're gonna try and do it right at 1 of the jugs per acre like they recommended, and just see how it goes. We apparently are doing it the way we're supposed to with the timing on it, because we got the seed in the ground and we are now either 2 days or 1 day later, and we're going to go back over it and see what happens. I mean, liquid lime, first time for us, so we'll see how it goes. So me and Jordan went back to the cabin, filled up another round of light start, and we cut it with a little less water. It took me a little longer than I wanted it to on those first fields, and I thought it was a little bit stretched too thin. So instead of doing like 55 gallons of water, I'd guess we're closer to probably 40 before putting the chemical in. And we're gonna finish out the other 3 fields. We did 3 fields a second ago, and in total we're doing 10 acres. So we're doing 5 jugs on the last round, 5 jugs on this round, 10 total acres, 6 total fields. We have about 20-ish fields on our property, so we'll get a good sample size sort of on whether we think this made a difference or not, and we'll let you know. She's all sprayed. It's all out there. Seeds in the ground. We got it in the ground before the rain came down. Should we possibly bush hog 2 more times before fall plant? Absolutely. And if y'all want to make us famous so we don't have to work full-time jobs, we'll do it as easy commitment to y'all. Y'all need to make D famous. To see who you need to make. He'll be probably the best hunter you see on this channel. He doesn't even watch this channel, I found out, so that was a little sad. I mean, you're just trying to make your dad proud, you know, and he don't even watch your videos. But I mean, what that really means is we gotta lay it on him. We gotta start really, I mean, behind his back, making fun of him. I'm just kidding. I'm not that kind of friend. You gotta make fun of guys to their face and then support them behind their back. That's the only way to go. If you and me can't make fun of each other anymore, we ain't friends. So it's been fun. It's been real. Been fun. However that saying goes. I think that's pretty much it. Appreciate y'all watching.